Okay, the sound should be synced with the video. So this is episode 8 of MLB The Show 21, Road to the Show. Now, you'll see there's a bit of a difference. And as the title says, this version of the kid, me, is actually a second save career of a closing pitcher with the style of Mariano Rivera and the hitting style of Ken Griffey Jr. And what I actually did, I picked up some gold additions to make the pitching better, well, faster at least. And you'll see many of the loadouts have disappeared. Now I literally just have one for pitching, and I'll activate so you can see, and one for hitting, just to streamline everything. And with the bonuses, this is actually better, because you see there's a ton of contact, but a ton of power, small addition to fielding and arm power. Got a little bit of everything, and when it actually plays in games, he's actually got hitting machine, 20/20 vision, and the bomber perk. So this is the second season save. The original in Baltimore is still ongoing. That will happen in other episodes. When that does happen, it will literally say MLB The Show 21, and then it will say Kid in San Diego, which is this, and then Kid in Baltimore, which is the other save, of course. So that will be the difference. Unless I get traded, then of course it will say the new team, but that's a future thing. Basically, all you need to know is there's a solid build for hitting and a solid build for pitching. This version for San Diego is a closing pitcher, where I believe the Orioles version is a starting pitcher, and if it isn't, I will alter it to the starting pitcher. So there's actually a big difference. Otherwise there's no point having both of the saves. So yeah, long story short, two careers. This is the second career in the Padres system, because the Padres player Fernando Tatis Jr. is the cover star. I hope I've pronounced his first name correctly. Either way, yeah, so that's that. And this will be a relatively small stream. It's the equivalent of when I occasionally do our clip gameplay videos, but yeah, it's just the time I have at the moment, so we'll be looking at just over an hour, and so hopefully we can fit at least 2 to 3 games in. Interesting. Okay, so I'll try to make this slightly quicker. What was the thing I was gonna pick? Oh, that will do. That will do. We'll pick that. There's an ever so slight button delay for some reason, but like I said, I just picked a quick one that didn't need an actual.
Well, he's bearing down on the major leagues, and it's clear to me, nobody's going to tell me he's not going to be a star as a two-way player.
Okay,
Jim Callis
so
of MLB Pipeline joins me. Jim, what do you see when you look at him, and what does this player mean for the game at large?
Yeah, you know, it's incredible. I mean, it's very difficult to be a two-way player at any level, you know, especially the big leagues. I mean, really, since Babe Ruth and some Shohei Ohtani.
And usually I do listen to when the podcast radio talks. but I want to get in as much as possible for the 3 hour I have just to get content out for you guys.
And we're going to have a pinch hitter to start things out here in the top half of the inning.
Your attention, please.
There's no point in actually saying like how long it's basically you'll be notified.
Well hit to right. But a foul ball here.
I've got used to the swing because I still get as you see there with the bill 89.
And that misses 1-1.
Hey, every ball club has that spark plug guy, and this is the guy right here. He usually ignites a lot of productive innings.
The 1-1 pitch.
As always, I'm looking for a high
The kid is undoubtedly one of the best hitters in baseball, especially against right-handed pitching. He tends to hit for both power and average, so he's certainly a big threat in matchups like these.
Yeah, you can tell. He is just super confident against right-handed guys. You know, sometimes it's coincidence. Sometimes it's you don't see many lefties, Matty. But bottom line is, 75% of the time there's a right-hander on the mound, and this guy finds barrel consistently.
And the move to the pinch hitter will not pan out. Dowries Valdez is on to pitch out.
You could just see that the
I said we'd going through this as quickly as possible, but obviously, not right. Play the game properly.
The final score tonight. The Isotopes took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end.
As always, there'll be random conversation as I play through that you can interact with in the comments. Just random things like what games are you looking forward to this year in general. As I've said in a few streams past videos.
This is a guy we've talked about before, and he's getting a lot more attention lately, really rising up the prospect ranks. Mike Lowell is with me. Mike, you went from 20th round pick to top 100 prospect to a 4-time MLB All-Star. What is it like when you start getting more attention as a prospect?
75-year anniversary edition to first time ever give myself a boost and actually
However, I think it comes with an added pressure, and how you deal with that pressure, I think, really determines your future, short-term and long-term.
I'm still going to play for fun, of course, because I'm not the greatest player, but I have some really cool guys that I play online with, so I want to be slightly more competitive to play more with them, because they're great guys. One of them drops in on a semi-regular basis. That's Madness, Usyk Madness. I'm just going to refer to him as Madness. He knows who he is. I know you guys would have heard me
called upon, and it's not for his usual role. Just hoping to keep the deficit at 1 here.
Replying to his comments. Live chat rather. So
set to start the 9th in this one, and next to hit is the catcher, Peyton Engel. First pitch of the AB on its way, fouled away.
Today. I do play very simple pitching. I have no interest in the new pinpoint system, although it is very good. I've seen the
good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
It's becoming more and more common in today's game to see relievers like this that can run it up there close to 100 miles per hour. But it's so fun to watch it. He blew it right by him there.
That's high enough in the range and reasonably good pace with the help of the catcher.
Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 1.
It's a great job to lay off on that nasty slider right there. It's the toughest pitch. It was my toughest pitch to lay off of. I was always sitting fastball middle of the way, and when that slider came out, boy, did it look like a heater for a long time.
So it was a strikeout swinging. Peyton Engel is retired to kick off the night. And here we go.
This still will be relaxed.
First offering on its way. Carlos Herrera comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
prefer to let go with the slider, so I'm going to do that.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2.
How much do you go in? Because they give you the placement, that's how I like to do it. I like to follow the advice. They give you the placement.
And he strikes him out as well. So 2 punch-outs to begin the outing out of the pen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Michael Tolia will pinch hit here with 2 outs and the bases empty.
Where the glove is,
Now
where
here's the pitch. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. 2 outs already on the K this inning, so he'll be looking to do better.
Ball I can't inside the glove. But I only do that with certain pieces like here.
This catches the inside corner. Good spot there. It's 0-2.
Man, you don't see this in today's game that much. The guy who's willing to work east-west consistently with a great cutter-to-seamer combo.
Ready with the 0-2. And he fouls this one off.
Hit, boom, there you go. So that's basically my thought process. I can't go back into
Swing and a little tapper.
I said the throw and picture required is based on Mariano there.
The next 0-2 is swung out and missed. He got him on strikes. So nothing happening this time around. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, and 9 due up in the bottom of inning number 9. The Isotopes lead it 3-2.
Stand hard within this game.
Winston Sawyer will pinch hit here, and he's the potential.
Wow, what a week for these guys. Talk about firing on all cylinders. Winners of an amazing 7 games in a row. They say to never question the streak, and these guys aren't. They're just enjoying this ride.
A 1-run game this afternoon, 3-2 the final finish. Albuquerque jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back.
You guys know who play this game. You do have to make the
The kid comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the 9th.
Number 24.
Ready now is Carlos Herrera. 2 RBIs already, looking for more here.
Down by 1, I'm interested to see how they approach this as an offense, especially if they get someone on base early in the inning. Some teams, they're going to try and manufacture that run, just trying to get that one run across. Others, they're going to look for 1 or 2 big swings to make it happen.
Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Whether it's easy, it's tricky or not.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Or not, you'll get smashed over the wall. And while playing off in the last
swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th.
When your closer comes in and strikes out the first guy he faces, everyone on the team can kind of take a deep breath. Still have 2 more outs to get, but retiring that leadoff guy is always huge when you're trying to shut a game down.
Lázaro Almenteros is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1.
Well, this guy's got some of the nastiest stuff in the game, and it is absolutely no wrong for an offense to try and piece together any type of attack when he's throwing this stuff.
The count now at 2-1. Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
Big fastball is definitely this guy's MO coming out of the bullpen.
And it's another case. So back-to-back strikeout victims to start this relief outing.
Well, you have to feel pretty confident about the way this one's going to end up as a manager. 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts from the closer. There's not a whole lot more he can do to instill confidence that he's going to wrap this thing up without any problem.
So now to the plate, Fred Hunter, as he'll swing and miss at a first pitch slider at strike 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
because I think I actually disconnect from the table as well. So I will be looking for the distance to
tying run at the plate, the 0-1.
And I'm also looking to make that version a David backside.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, there's no doubt they've been pretty adept in the last 5 games. If they got the monkey off their back here with a win, I think the build-up will count.
3-2 the finish in tonight's game. The El Paso Chihuahuas jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Jerry Keel earns the victory in relief in this one, his 7th of the year. Chris Lewandowski pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. The Kid closes the door for the save, his 12th of the season. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa.
If my explanations are confusing, which I appreciate fully, please do, leave a chat or leave a comment after the fact, and I will always reply, and I will, explain what I meant if something was not particularly easy to understand. Because that does happen on occasion. Like, I'll explain something and I may miss out the replay one, and it makes things confusing, unintentionally, of course. I'm gonna try this. I'm not particularly great, so if I get bronze, that's good enough for me. No, I'll take the base. I'm not good enough for that particular. Plus it's quicker. I'll do the full training game off stream. I think I remember what I did with this character now. It is what I said it is. It's Mariano Rivera and a Ken Griffey Jr. back. But I think I told the manager to make me a closer primarily, and then give me at-bats when they can fit me in as often as possible. I think that's what I told you.
The Kid gets the call from the bullpen to pitch in relief.
Which is fine, because unless you basically say, no, I just want to be a back.
Now at the plate here is David Masters. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. Wheels and deals, here's the first pitch. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. And it's fouled away. Fouled off. Now another 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the ninth.
That's a pretty unique pitch sequence, guys. Usually pitching is all about mixing pitches and location, but he threw that all out the window to get that strikeout. He offered the same pitch 3 times in a row, so I guess he sort of used that reverse psychology to outthink his opponent.
Cal Raleigh is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. And they go right after him here as he swings and misses strike 2.
Swing and a miss on a nasty slider right there. Always felt toughest pitch in the game. If you're a guy who liked to work the big part of the field, you were on that fastball middle away. That slider looked like a heater for about 56 feet 6 inches.
So he got him swinging. Cal Raleigh goes down for out number 2 in the top of the ninth.
I think, and of course either between 2001 and 2003 I can't remember which year
Stepping in now, Jimmy Governor, as he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. He could really use a knock here, 0 for 3 in the game so far.
After having that record, I
0-1, here's the pitch. Popped him up.
think
Whitaker is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things.
Well, as a former pitcher, you know I love these low-scoring games as opposed to those slugfests. This was like a throwback game when home runs weren't so common and pitching was
great, especially when you had one of the general managers give away all the secrets on an investor call. Thank you for dropping in, you guys. How you doing today? The notification came up that you dropped in. Great to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Feel free to use the live chat if you want to. I was just giving random baseball facts about the sad state of the Mariners. Because as a early teenager I was a Mariner fan because of Ken Griffey Jr. It was hard for the UK to get baseball in general, but a particular channel here used to broadcast 2 games a week many years ago. Back in setup. I'm just gonna switch my screen, so if you do make a comment I can see you guys. So don't worry, I'm gonna be 2 seconds.
Now on your home for minor league baseball, MLB The Show has coverage from the AAA West. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the El Paso Chihuahuas and the Tacoma Rainiers. It's baseball, it's The Show, and it comes your way next.
Or even Snapchat, don't worry, I don't do pictures and stuff, even though
Logan Gilbert be on the mound for the series opener. Dan, any thoughts?
This guy's a fun guy to watch pitch. It seems like the more trouble he gets in, the better he pitches. Really tough to hit with runners in scoring position, and that's one of the reasons.
Next to dig in, the kid. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. And he lays off there, 1-0. Fellas are home 9 as they begin play here this evening. They come in on the heels of a victory last time out, but they've been in a bad stretch recently, losing 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, coming off last night's W, we had a chance to catch up with the manager. He just liked the way guys are playing. They're showing up to the yard ready to go. They're playing as a collective group. A lot of good things happening in this clubhouse.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Like you can up there.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And a pitch down that's swung on and sent to second base. Throw in time and the side is retired. So a relatively routine start for the top of the first here. So it's on to the bottom of inning number 1. No. All set for the start of the inning, and next will be the switch-hitting third baseman, the kid. Liner toward right center. And that'll split the gap as it should be extra bases. And he will coast into second with a leadoff double.
You can tell he was thinking fastball all the way here, and that's exactly what he got. He was able to get the bat head out front and pull it into the gap into right center. Now they're set up pretty nicely for a good inning after that leadoff double.
Now into the box, the kid, 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. first pitch of the AB now.
I think the team being down and technically on the leading run, and I am going to carry it.
Line toward right center. And this is going to find the alley as he might have himself his second double of the ballgame. Cato is on his way home. And he's safe at the plate. It's a 2-2 game.
Well, when you leave a pitch that high in the zone like that, you have to expect bad things to happen. So instead of a double play ball, he gives up a shot to the outfield, and that brings the runner all the way around for first to score.
If you want to avoid double play, then you need to make sure it leads you into the outfield.
Ready to begin the eighth, and that'll give way to the third baseman, the kid.
No, you're only down one right here, but the exploding stuff that's coming out of the back end of a lot of teams' bullpens. I mean, just north of 95 plus, stuff diving all over the plate. It's gotten a lot tougher to scratch across runs against these teams' bullpens.
High fly ball out to straightaway center.
I mean, that's cool, obviously.
Thompson Williams is right there, one down.
4 wins in a row for these guys, and I'm sure they're feeling pretty good about themselves. We'll see how long they can keep this up.
3-2, the finish in tonight's game. Tacoma Rainiers jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Kendall Graveman wins his 17th game of the season. Paul Sewell wraps it up for the save, number 38. The kid enters the game here an inning later than usual as he'll try to close this one out in the 10th. And now in the box, Jose Godoy, 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far.
Hey, come on now, here we go.
Apparently, there's a Williams sisters movie. I mean, I'm assuming it's about the entire family, of course. But yeah, seems to be a Williams family movie, or at least the sisters. Random or not, but it actually seems interesting.
He's set, here it comes. No balls and a strike to count.
And they've got this kind of bad.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
Nope, that's a ball.
You know, something to keep in mind, they're really burning through that bullpen, and this is only the first game of the series. Definitely could have an impact on the rest of the series, and maybe even the whole week ahead.
Fouled away.
I want to see these actresses. They've got some good actresses. Seems quite charming. It's a film based around the dad. Anyway, I know that was very, very random, guys.
No outs here.
But it actually caught my attention.
The 1-2.
And after all that, the funny thing is, it actually won't.
And he got him.
But you know, it's got a fair play for them.
When your closer comes in and strikes out the first guy he faces, everyone on the team can kind of take a deep breath. Still have 2 more outs to get, but retiring that leadoff guy is always huge when you're trying to shut a game down.
Dom Thompson-Williams is entered 1 away now as he swings and misses here in strike 1. And he lays off for ball 1.
That's a good pitch to lay off right there, that cutter inside. And that is a real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times, if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood and a broken bat.
1 out and a runner on second base.
Again, I do like the dynamic of the passing and the pitcher work together.
And he strikes him out as well. So 2 punch-outs to begin the outing out of the pen.
This is a pitch I think we'll see a lot from him in this game. The cutter darting in on the hitters in the opposite batter's box. It can be a real effective pitch when it's located well, and that one was right there.
Another 25 minutes, I think. And now they're heading
to the plate now, Jimmy Govern. So go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. So far, 2 for 3 in this one.
Get down here.
Tying run at the plate, the 0-1. Strike 2 swinging just out in front of the slider.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. High in the air down the right field line. Ona is there to make the catch, and with that, the ball game is over.
Hey, it took them an extra frame to do it, but hey, they're not going to complain as they lock up a nice road victory here in 10 innings.
Get a nice few games. I always forget you have to press a button for everything. I always think it's auto. Okay. I don't think I wasn't with the team from the first, from the beginning of the season. I was brought in mid to late. I was promoted. I'm in for this. I will be doing this training because plate vision is incredibly important in this game. And if the PCI, the yellow circle, for those who don't know the terms, jitters up and down, it's because I've got a slightly damaged analog stick. See there, as soon as I touch the stick, it decides to work through itself. So, and I'm actually using the PCI on the pitching field, that's why it's so small. Didn't even see that. I'm not the best at this. I'll be lucky if I get silver. I was relatively good in last year's. I used to get gold on a regular basis. Oh, I actually pulled the gold. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, so just so you know, if you hear me saying hello to someone, that's just my niece coming back from work, because as always, this is 100% live. I don't edit anything. And but before you think, oh, that seems a little, you know, lack of energy or lazy some way, that's not the intent. The intent is to be, you know, real, unedited, nothing fake. You see things as they happen, you know, because it's a slightly different way of doing things. So I'm trying to see, because I've never actually looked where you'd go for the, you know how you used to get the messages off the fans, like, oh, you're doing well, oh, this guy's good. I'm guessing, you know, they don't do that. Apparently the Astros just beat the Padres in the World Series, so wow, that is a lot of retirement. But according to the game, they've lost ability, so one of the closing pitchers is retired, so that could jump you up quicker. So I just did that because I accidentally went to the wrong month of the calendar, so I made sure technically I'm still double A, but I'll take the contract, but I'll try and bump to, you know, just something to do. A little bit more cash. Okay, so before I begin that, I need to check my stats to see what I need to work on. And I'm assuming the coach is going to be like, which thing do you want to work on the most? So very quickly, I would say the Ks per 9 or the home runs per 9, that would do. So K9 or HR9. Why is everything pre-season? You don't get a pre-season as such in the lower. Actually, you might do, I don't know that many. This is me rambling again, do apologise. I'm just going to play through. That's as simple as it gets. I'm just going to play through what happens.
The Kid takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Number 24.
Bottom of the inning now, and next to hit is the catcher, Anthony Bemboom.
This is the part of the game where I think we really start seeing what teams are made of, both in terms of battling back, showing some resiliency, and in terms of knowing how to play with the lead, locking down that W.
Strike one to start the at-bat.
So this is the changing the lead. I just brings it home and get
Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now.
Hey, over your way.
And he fouls this one off. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Another 0-2 coming. Swing on ball, hit on the ground. And there's one away. Striding in is Robo Garcia, singled in his last at-bat. And now the first pitch. Hits the bottom of the strike zone here with the sinker. Strike one.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
And it's fouled away.
I'm going to play with that. I don't care if they're fouling me or not. As long as we're
and that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now. Stepping in once again is Franklin Barreto, and he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Ball and a strike.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Random one though, but it was strike.
Hey, we got 2.
I'm actually going to see right where the glove was, which is
Plays that first here.
Too much bite on the breaking ball that time as it's well off the outside.
I'd be real surprised if he goes back out away there on the mound. This is a count for a fastball challenge, and we'll see if he's ready for it in the box.
Count even at 2-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Fouled off. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Hey, a great win for these guys as they wrap up another one. But a little bit of a sour note, though. Everyone has to head home, get on those computers, and get those taxes out before midnight.
And this evening's contest comes to a close. 5-3 the final. The El Paso Chihuahuas jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Arturo Cruz claims the win out of the pen, his first. The Kid records the save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshow.com.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 6 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
good, finally an archetype pack. I was wondering, is like the only way you can get them, literally just play through and hope the game puts you on. Hopefully they give me a pitch. Okay, so what we're looking at here, okay, turn to red, smoke, alright, same thing, okay.